In this handy tip, we're going to show you how to install fonts and uninstall fonts for the use of something like Photoshop. Now, installing fonts and uninstalling fonts are a system level thing, but let me go to the window menu and I'll go to character and I'll drag this off, and I'm already on the text tool here, and so we can see in the top left there's all my fonts on my system, and in the character panel there's my fonts as well. But I'll hide Photoshop first, and you can download a font from something like dafont.com, but do make sure they're completely free. So not all of them are. As you can see, this is free for personal use. Some are completely free, some you have to purchase. So I'll go to animals, for example, here, and so this one, like the butterflies, is 100% free. And I'll just hide Chrome. And what I've done already on my desktop is I've downloaded a font called ProDelt, and I've opened it up, and here's the file. It's a TTF file here, TrueType font, and I'm in my fonts folder, and if I'm running on a Mac here, so if I right mouse click, it's on my hard disk library fonts. If you're running on a PC, it's on your C drive, Windows and Fonts folder. And all you have to do is literally drag in or drag out. And since this is ProDelt, I'll go back to Photoshop and I'll click on the drop down here and I'll scroll down to P. There's no ProDelt here, so it's not installed. So what I'll do now is I'll just drag in ProDelt. There you go, it's in there now. I'll go back to Photoshop. I'll click on the drop down and it should, there you go, you see it's come up. It took a few seconds. Now it may be possible that even though Photoshop is open, you can't see the new font, in which case make sure Photoshop is quit out of Photoshop, install the font, then open up Photoshop. The applications may not update if it's open whilst you're playing around with the fonts folder, but these days it seems to check for it quite well, and this will be the same for the other Adobe applications. But to be safe, make sure Photoshop is quit, install the font, or indeed, let me just hide Photoshop, I can drag out and uninstall the font and then go into Photoshop. Don't forget they're usually zip files, so double click to unzip them. And I'll go back to Photoshop, and so that's how you install and uninstall fonts.